background, we are group 3, and the designer, our group member, is Fang Lexing and me, Tang Yixin. The lesson is focused on the English consonant. And the background information is the target learner is primary 4 students in mainland China, and our lesson is duration of our lesson is 80 minutes, and there are 10 minutes break in the middle, and students have already learned the long vowel and short vowel and some consonant before they start this lesson. And objective of our lesson is recognize and pronounce the consonant sound presented by the letter V, and recognize the pronounce the sound in words van, village, visitor, violin, etc. And our teaching approach is TPR, total physical response, and the game teaching method, and TPR, etc. And let's talk about detailed steps for teaching. This is the framework of our whole class. It's just like this. And then it's our warming up activity. We will sing the phonics song together, the whole class sing the phonics song together, and maybe twice. The duration is 5 minutes, and we want students to activate and let them get ready for this lesson to know what is going to learn. And then is the introduction, and is the introduction review and review part. We will sing and clap. The whole class will sing and clap the alphabet chart first to consolidate their. Let them remember the order of the alphabet chart, and just like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, and then review some of the vowels and consonants. Just hide the vowel and consonant and let them guess what is it, and sound, and to review this sound to English they may forget it. And then is the introduction of the sound. Teachers will say the name of each picture. They will have a picture of the word today's lesson will learn, and students will listen for the beginning consonant and circle it, and then teacher will introduce the IPA chart from the British Council, the phonic chart, and let students to listen to the symbolic like the and U, and let them draw the mouth of the sound, and then they will differentiate the sound and will let them know that their difference is their mouth may be same but it's different. Is voiceless and is voice. Let them know the difference of the similar consonant. And then is game activity, is the calendar game, is to review, to boost students' learning interest, and through this competition game, the fastest one is the winner. Students need to spell the word as soon as possible, and then find out the picture, and say the words just like this one. Let students figure out what it is and tell them what it is. Is the village they're in the village, and the visitor, the girl is playing volleyball, and they will find all of these words is begin with the sound, just like this, like and this game is, and then we will have a clap hands game, is to let students when they hear the words begin with the sound, they have to clap hands. Teacher would say each of the words just like mad, egg, berry, top, cake, vegetable, 7, Kate, cat, towel, goat, hat, very cold, just like this. And this is very, very, very clear to see whether they have learned this song. And after a 10 minutes break, we will have a warming up activity. It's a group work, and students will group in a group with 4 students. 3 of them get a similar card with different onset. For example, student A will get the word wing, and student B will get the word wing, and student C will get the word thing. They are begin with different similar consonants. And student A, B, C take turns to read the words to student D, and student D need to raise the word card and judge the word, what the word she said. And if it is wrong, they have to repeat it again. And then we will let whole students listen to the teacher first about the chant, and then they will sing the chant together. This is the chant. Nearly all of the words is begin with the sound V. And then we will let students listen to a native English speaker's pronunciation. First is the tongue twist. They listen to the native speakers first, and then initiate it. She had vicious wish that the worst, and this chant is begin with the V and U sound. And then we will have the next very difficult game is to spot the mistake. Students will get a script in the corpus, in the EduHK corpus 1, the boy who cried wolf, and teachers should explain several words that students may feel is difficult, because some of these words may be over primary 4 students in mainland China's knowledge. And then we will let them listen to the native speakers such as US sample and UK sample of the whole text. And then students have to use red pen to figure out what is wrong. They will listen to two records. The first record is many. The students mispronounced as, and the second is many about the students mispronounced to as U. And through this activity, students will spot the mistake themselves and let students be aware of these errors and avoid making similar mistakes later. And then is the closure. We will review the words with several simple questions, such as what sports start with V sound, such as volleyball. Let them answer the question, and then count the competition score. The time duration maybe 5 minutes, and then is the homework. They will write down 10 words with. They have to write down 10 words with V sound, and they have to listen to the native English speaker's pronunciation first about the twister, and then record their fastest word and send it to the teacher. This is the worksheet of the homework, and this is the tongue twist exercise. And the material we have used is the worksheet and EduHK Corpus 1 and the PowerPoint projector and some picture word cards. And that's all. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. 方乐心跟康心。Okay. Yeah. Again, very impressive. You just try to. I can see a lot of different kind of games, different kind of activity tasks that integrate into this lesson plan. But I have some suggestions for this lesson plan. Yeah, I will see. This is I would say this kind of, we call it bottom-up approach. Kind of start from segment, start from IPA and Word, and then I'm not saying. I think we can use different ways top down or bottom up or integration. And this is a double lesson. I think this is very typical. Start from the segment, from the small things to the bigger and bigger, and the letter finally is a spot mistake, and then the whole passage. I think this is a very good build up. Start from the little things to the big. But I have a suggestion that in the beginning you play the phonics video, right?
Yeah.
And then let's start with the first one. You have the phonics videos, so that means that is ABC songs.
No, it's a phonic song.
So like a b b blah blah blah.
No, it's
Yeah. So it's phonics letters, 26 letter, and then okay, and then you use the ABC 26 letter. Because I'm not really sure for P4 students in mainland China, is it too simple for them? If we ask them to review these 26 letters, when did they start to learn ABCs?
maybe
P1 or P2, or primary 3 or 1. So it really depends. If they start learning English at P1, I think that will be too simple. But if they start with the P3, and this is second year of the learning, maybe it's okay. So it really depends. I know for some cities in mainland, they start to teach English at P1. If this P1, I think this kind of that's a bit too simple for them. I think because the next slide you use the so you need to make it clear. If this is second year of the learning, it might be fine. This is fourth year of learning. I think that's too simple for them for this part.
Yeah.
And the next part is next slide. Next slide, you use the IPA. So this is again a big question because I'm not sure if IPA is too difficult for P4 students in mainland.
Because they have already know some short and long vowel and
So that's
some.
phonics. That's just only letter.
Oh, phonics this letter.
Not the IPA. So that's why my suggestions we may put this part in later stage, not here, or maybe the next slides. Okay, and then you describe how to pronounce the word. I think this part is good, but I'm just thinking no need to use the IPA chart. Maybe you just let them know letter V. You don't really need to use the IPA. Or you should tell them know that letter and sound are the same. Because it's easy to learn V, W, and F. For some others, maybe it's too difficult for them because they are very strange symbol like TH. But for V, W, and F, should be okay. But I think you need to further explain a little bit for your students that you don't need to worry about show the IPA chart. It's too complicated. But I just let you know that we have this, we call it IPA symbol, but we just look at V, F, and W. The symbol and sound are the same, so don't worry. Otherwise, it's so scary to look at this table. For P4, I think it's a bit too much for P4. That's my feeling. And then also I'm thinking, can you do the next page? This is for color gradient. Instead of using the individual sounds, I think it's better to use the vocabulary and underline the word. I cannot remember the previous. You just before you show the video for V and F, you kind of just only see the V or F or W. I think it's better to use the photo with the vocabulary and underline. That would be better instead of directly give them the IPA symbol.
Yeah.
I think that would be for P4 students.
Yeah, step by step.
Yeah, step by step. And then for the game, hold on, you have the one clap game. Remember that? Yeah, this one. Let's play clap hands on the hearing and V. So I'm not sure if that will be. I think it will be fun, but I'm afraid that for P4, I suggest maybe you can ask them to stand up.
Oh.
And whatever you can use tap or just clap. Maybe you can sit down or stand up or sit down. I think you can see the bigger movement. If you use the clap, it's not easy to. Someone clap, some others don't clap, so you don't know who is correct. Maybe yes, stand up, sit down, or some other movement that will be may feel fun.
Yes, some big
Okay.
movement.
Yeah, and okay. And then the last one, I think it's good to spot out the mistake B, F, and B and W. I think for the bear who cry wolf, but I just a feeling that that is P4. So maybe you can divide it into several parts. So for this one, you can divide it in my new corpus. Actually, I divide into several segments. I think it's better to step by step. Maybe 2 sentences, 3 sentences for one group, and the second group, and third group. So they can step by step. And V, I think it's a good idea to compare V and F first, and then V and W, and for listening. And then I think they can try to read aloud for not whole passage, maybe just one part. They just listen, they spot out the errors, and then they need to practice read aloud. And then homework for record the read aloud. Because in your homework, you ask them to record
The twist.
the only tongue twister, no,
Yeah.
not this one.
No.
So that's why I think maybe you can, after you spot out the errors or you listen, and then you can practice just one segment, and then you can also record this part.
Yeah.
I think
It's
that
a
would
good
be,
idea.
it's more complete, I think. Okay, yeah.
Thank you.